Hi guys, today we're going to do a review on ABC's TV series Inhumans. Now, most of you are probably aware of what the critics and the audiences have thought about this series, with most people calling it a flop or even unwatchable. So we thought we'd give you our honest thoughts on the series and whether we'd call it a flop or whether you should even bother giving it a go. So a little backstory. So originally Marvel were actually going to explore Inhumans in a standalone movie. It's part of phase 3, but the film was removed from the slate and instead it was made into an 8-episode TV series instead. So that is what we're going to be reviewing. But before we do our review, please give this video a like if you liked it and make sure to subscribe to the Debate Hut. Now for our review. So I watched it because I wanted to learn more about these Inhumans because I had never heard about them before. And I really enjoyed seeing this new set of characters and actually seeing the relationships between the characters. They're this big, huge family. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that. I mean, there are obviously things with every series that you're not gonna really like, but I really don't understand why people called it a flop because I quite enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's one of the best things ever, but it was very enjoyable. I remember I watched the first episode very late, and I wanted to go to sleep afterwards. That was my plan. But after watching that first episode, I was like, I can't. I need to know what happens next. So I think for a show to do that, I think that means it's an actual winner. And then of course you got to think about that ending as well. Now the visuals are a bit. It does look a little low, like a low budget sort of series, and it is, but it makes up for it with these set of characters who some people might have not even heard of before or even know them that well. And yeah, I mean, it's basically what we're looking at is Loki versus Thor, except it's Black Bolt versus Maximus. That is what we're seeing. So I really like learning about Black Bolt. That was really cool. But my issue with it was that we barely got to see him use his power. So we saw it a few times, and sometimes very tiny, a very minuscule level. But at the same time, I sort of get it because how do you make a TV show about someone who's so powerful that in fact they could literally end the whole plot line in that first episode? How do you do that? So the way they actually made it out, the plot and everything, I think it was okay. I don't know how they could have made it any different, but the guy's acting, so Anson Mounts, it was really good. His facial expressions, because Black Bolt can't talk, right? Because if he talks, so you've got to rely on his facial expressions, and they're really good. I mean, sometimes they're a bit they're a bit funny, not gonna lie, but you can really tell what he was feeling. And I don't know, maybe some people might have a issue that his costume, what he was wearing, isn't comic book accurate. I don't really mind. I mean, perhaps they were saving that for season 2. I mean, if we take, for example, Iron Fist, have we really even got that costume yet? We saw it a little bit at the end of the Defenders, but have we really got it? And I think Medusa is my favorite character. Yeah. I loved her playful relationship with Black Bolt and how she stood up. She acted like a queen at that end. I loved her hair. So that is where I get a bit disappointed in the series because of what they did to her hair. Because yeah, they did that wrong. That shouldn't have been the case. But I guess at the same time it's also a good thing maybe because we got to see her develop and we got to see what that loss of having something that is so powerful is to a person. So I guess that was also good. At the same time, it would have been really cool because we got that little bit of that fight scene with her hair. And it's so awesome to watch. But then she loses her hair and it doesn't grow back, which is, I don't know. This is when you've got to think, because sometimes they've got to change what they show, right? So you've got to think perhaps there is a reason that they did that. But yeah, love the cast, love the story, love the characters. I don't know. I'm sad that they cancelled season 2 because it would have been interesting to know what they would have done next. But perhaps we'll see them somewhere else.
Yeah, that's completely me at the beginning. So I heard a little bit. I seen a few clips of like Agents of Shield, and got me wondering about like what else other shows they've done, and they did Humans, so I gave it a try, and it was interesting, like an interesting turn in the MCU. I mean, like Emily said, it's not one of the best out there, but it's also not the worst. It's in the middle. It's really good. The cast is great. The characters I love. Black Bolt, again, like his face expressions are funny, but also you get to see how he feels, like if he's happy, he's sad, he's serious. And yeah, I mean they're all great. Medusa, I love her. Yeah, I mean it would be cool to have moving hair, but it's also sad that we didn't get to see much more like after it's been like it was just cut off early, to be honest. And Crystal, I mean she's someone I really liked. Like she was like a reliable character. Like when we read through her in the series, she's just like someone who's going through like just a growing up stage. And I do agree with the visual effects on fantastic. Like there's this big dog called Lockjaw, and well, I don't mind dogs. I just think this was quite cheesy looking in a way. I'm just saying, just like wasn't perfect, and it's understandable, but nothing can be exactly perfect. But I just feel like they could have done a bit more work in it. But again, the storyline, the narrative in it, it was still good. It was interesting to follow. The characters you really get into, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame that they didn't do season 2, but we might and see them again, hopefully, and hopefully a link with like the new TV show coming up called Miss Marvel, because she's gonna be Inhuman, so there might be a connection somehow.
Well,
And
is she gonna be Inhuman?
well, I mean, I know they changed the comics,
Ooh.
and like you said about the costumes, I mean, they don't do it precisely how the comics go, like with the story or the costume or the character. So, but still, I mean, it would be interesting to see a connection. I mean, we might see a cameo or something. I don't know, but hey, it would make sense. It would be a really nice touch from the originals, like original comics, if that make if. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and again with Maximus, I was really into that character because I don't know, because I seen the actor play like a villain in Game of Thrones, and it was really great to see him again playing another villain. But I feel like I don't know, he just hasn't reached that potential of like being like one of the best villain. I mean, he was someone I really like watching him, but I've just he wasn't at the stage of Loki, if that makes sense. I mean, like you said, they had that brother like fight theme, but I didn't feel like I don't know. I just feel like we should have get more of him or like something bigger. But aside that, it's still great. I mean, it's just like another Marvel storyline that is pretty entertaining. Is the word I would describe to watch it. So I would recommend anyone who just give it a little try and just just enjoy yourself. Don't expect too much, but I just say you expect it will be like a really good like show to watch.
Yeah. And in any future projects, I would love to see the same cast. I don't
Mm,
think any of this was their fault at all. Like,
no.
it's to do with the circumstances. So I think they all did really well. So
Mm.
definitely nothing on them. But yeah, definitely a go with Grace.
Yeah, and it's a shame that they didn't like the showrunners weren't very, like the whole MCU, like the Inhumans weren't like a big didn't have a big part in the whole like Avengers or anything, because I could just imagine like Black Bolt like defeating the whole Endgame war with just the his voice. I mean,
Just imagine
imagine that.
Infinity War against all those creatures. I mean,
Or Endgame, I don't know. I mean,
oh
he's
yeah,
got a powerful voice. We don't know. He could literally do anything. So
that's exactly what we need to see.
yeah, well. there you go, guys. So if you're looking for something new, something you haven't seen before, please watch Inhumans. It's still good. It will be worth it, your time. And thanks. That's our review. Anything else, Emily? Or
No, that's it.
no? Yeah, because that's all we have to say. So before you leave, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. And please leave a comment about other shows you want us to watch, or what's your thoughts on the Inhumans if you have watched it. And please check our social media accounts such as Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you soon next time. In the meantime, bye.
Bye.